Are you ready, Carol Sue? I call this meeting to order. Please join me in reciting the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, Carol Sue.
Chris Armstrong.
Here.
Ron Miller.
Present.
Approval of minutes for December 26th.
I've read the minutes, and I would make a motion that we approve as presented the minutes from the December 26, 2012 meeting.
Second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Claims in the amount of $425,923.01.
I would make a motion for the approval of claims in the amount of $425,923.01. And also, I want to acknowledge that a claim in the amount of $420 was inadvertently admitted from the agenda of 12/26/2012. And although officially approved today, it will bear a signature and date of 12/26/2012.
Second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
No licenses. Any changes to the agenda?
None.
Old business, none. New business, promotion of Eric Smith to the rank of detective. Mike, do you want to come forward?
Good morning. As I stated in my letter that I sent to you, I would ask if this promotion be granted. Detective Bob Vernon's being reassigned to the Uniform Division on day trick, and Eric Smith has been offered the promotion to the rank of detective. Do you have any questions?
I would make a motion that we approve the recommendations of the chief for the promotion both of Mr. Smith and the reassignment of Mr. Vernon.
Second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Building commissioner.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I had submitted my report. If you have any questions for that report, I'm open for discussion.
Just an open-ended question. What happens next on the Jay's Food Mart?
The contractor and the owner are working with their designer to align the design with the current activities that are on site. There were some design changes done on the project site that did not coincide with the design documents. So the three parties are meeting. They actually met Friday, and the designer is working on the revisions at this time. I don't believe there's any of the design changes that are going to impact a review by the state. It more falls between what the contractor has done on site versus what the designer is responsible for in his documentation. So all parties recognize the need to do it, and they're working together to get it done. So I don't see any big issue other than a delay to the project being completed. But,
And did they go ahead and install the tanks?
Yes, we gave them permission to install the tanks and cover the tanks to the top radius portion of the tanks. They did not at that time have a state release, but I did talk to the reviewer that was working on it. He saw no need. He didn't see anything wrong with the design. He just hadn't completed it yet. So rather than leaving the hole open down to a 13-foot level, we allowed him to install the tanks and backfill them partially so that now we have a 5-foot deep hole rather than a 13-foot. But they're not allowed to do anything beyond setting the tanks until all issues are resolved.
Great. Thank you. No further questions for me?
I make a motion to approve the building department report.
And I will second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Code enforcement.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good
Good morning.
I trust and hope everybody had a good holiday. I sure did. On my report, you're going to see a bunch of zeros because I've been on vacation. So there were no violation issues issued or vehicles tagged. However, before I left for vacation, I had sent out several notices to appear, 10 in fact. I went around and re-inspected them this morning. Of the 10 that's listed there, the second one down, Maxima, I'm not even going to attempt the last name, 214 Burlington Avenue, that one is cleared. You can take that one off the list. Armando Cervantes at 1222 Spear Street has been resolved, as well as Secretary of Housing and Urban Development at 409 Grove Street and Joseph Larange at 427 Montgomery Street. Those have all been rectified and are in good shape now. That leaves us with 6 of the 6 that are here. The 6 notices that were sent out, the only one who appeared today is Linda Gordon. I will say, so we don't have to ask on each individual one, everybody was properly notified. I have a copy of the certified letter that was sent to each person, as well as a copy of the certified postage letter that was attached. I've got pictures of each property, and like I said, everyone was properly notified. Some of them signed for it, some of them didn't. And with that, I'll go ahead and call Linda up. I will point out that she has, for the most part, cleaned the property up. However, in the front, there's a piece of carpet still there by the front porch. And this morning when I drove past, the front door, storm door as well as the interior door were both standing open. We've made a practice since this administration has been in that we're very concerned about doors being left open with kids going into these residents and possibly getting hurt. So, Linda, do you have anything to say?
Yes, I do. After I received the second notification, first off, I should apologize because I don't remember signing the first one or seeing it. But the second one I did, and I went to the property, and there were 2 pictures that were enclosed, which were in violation. One of them I agree with. The trash is sitting out there, and I assumed that the city of Logansport would pick it up because someone had stolen the toter, and I had a bag of refuge and some wood where we'd thrown things away. And it was piled neatly, but they didn't, so I hauled it out. And the other was there were 9 cinder blocks in the yard, which I was planning on giving to Habitat for Humanity because I didn't realize you couldn't pile 9 cinder blocks neatly in your yard, so I got rid of them. But those are the only 2 violations that I knew. The rug, again, has been sitting there since July, and I can't lift it, and it's not mine. The neighbors continually, and I've been to see Mr. Frank on several occasions, pile crap on my property. And as for the door hanging open, I have not gone over and checked because it was a holiday, but my husband put deadbolts and screws in the door. Someone has undoubtedly broken in, and when I leave here, I will be going over there and checking with the department because the screen door and the door were both nailed shut so no one could get in there because of that particular thing. So as far as I knew, my property was, he sent the pictures, I cleaned it up. So I don't know about anything else.
So the last thing on the list is the piece of carpet?
And I didn't even know about that.
Okay. Can you take care of the carpet for us or tell us?
I'll have to have someone come do it because I can't lift it.
Okay.
And it isn't mine. And I've been to his office and reported this. It's the neighbors. They're terrible.
And they've gotten a letter. In fact, they will be notified to appear 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today, they'll get their notice to appear, Linda.
Because they've got cinder blocks and broken bricks and everything else laying behind their property. And on the entrance to our alley is paved behind the property we own. And down in the next block, the guy must have 50 blocks just thrown all over the place with weeds growing up. And at the other end of my alley, and I know for 5 years that he has nothing but paving blocks, the larger ones, laying there with weeds piled up, glass broke all over it, and it's been laying there. And I understand cleaning up the property. I'm not complaining about that.
How long do you think it'll take to get the carpet out of there?
2 minutes.
Okay.
Once someone lifts it. and I'm not sure whether I should set it on my neighbor's front porch because that belongs to him, not me, or take it to the trash again and charge $40 to clean it up. That's not very cohesive. I think I might speak to the man.
Are you good with that?
So saying 2 weeks, you can have the carpet taken care of?
Yeah, probably 2 hours.
Okay,
But everything else was done.
okay,
And it was, and I appreciate that, Linda.
great.
Just
Well,
for
I
future
didn't.
reference, if you have wood like that, if you bundle it, tape it with tape that won't tear, or Beller twine or something like that, and it has to be small enough where one person can lift it up, a small enough bundle. And then if you put a dollar sticker on each bundle, they'll pick it up. The city will not pick up tires.
And the tires, just for everybody's notification, were not mine, but I got rid of them.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that, but they won't pick up tires.
Well, I know that.
Um,
But the tires, honest to God, were not mine. You know, the neighbors kind of throw them around here, down, and landed on our property because no one is there. But I picked them up and I got rid of them.
I
Good.
appreciate that.
So the only thing is the piece of carpet, and you'll take care of it and give you a couple of weeks to make sure you got plenty of time. Does that sound fair?
2 hours would sound fair.
Great. I'll
really,
make a
but yes,
motion that
I'll
we-
have, it's all taken care of, but
Yeah.
the piece of carpet, which,
And make a motion that we accept that report, that recommendation.
Second? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye,
Aye.
thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
thank you very much.
Thank you, Linda. Next on the list is 404 Howard Street. This is one of the properties that has been a continuous problem. They cut down trees that they've left lay there all summer. There's a junk lawnmower in the yard. There's a mattress. There's piles of scrap pallets. What he's doing with those, I have no idea. Box springs, tires. I would ask respectfully that the board order the cleanup of this property. I've got pictures if you'd like to see them.
Sure. And just a rhetorical question, but Mr. Luna is not here, or anyone representing Mr. Luna is not here?
No.
Okay. I'd make a motion that the code enforcement officer schedule or work with the superintendent of public works to schedule a cleanup of that piece of property.
Second? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Thank
Next.
you.
Mhm.
Next I've got here is 511 Grove Street. They did clean part of it up, however, the pile of brush they've left lay there. Again, I would request a cleanup order for this property as well.
I would also make a motion that our code enforcement officer schedule with the superintendent of public works for the cleanup of 511 Grove Street.
Second? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I have here 600 Burlington Avenue. Again, they've been properly notified. This is, as you know, Burlington Avenue is going to be the gateway to Logansport. This is on that. This is a pile of debris, scrap lumber, trash, a little bit of everything. This is one that I've had a complaint on from the neighbors there who constantly say, since the weather's turned cold, there's rodents, raccoons, squirrels, and just about everything you can think of living in that pile of debris there.
Does Jean Murray live at this location or just owns the property?
She's listed as the owner, however, the house is vacant. I made several attempts to locate another address for her. I've not been able to do that.
Is this the Murray that lives in Kokomo, or?
I honestly don't know.
Okay, that's all I want to know. Thank you.
It's not Mr. Murray's wife.
That's fine. Again, I would make a motion for the superintendent of works to be consulted and scheduled for the cleanup of the 600 Burlington Avenue.
Second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Again, the next one is one that I've had multiple complaints on. It's 400 Montgomery Street, and it is erosion infested also, according to the neighbors. A large amount of down trees, brush. It's like every time they clean a brush or limb out of a tree, they just throw it all in a pile. I would again respectfully request the cleanup order be issued for that.
.400 Montgomery Street.
Yes. Mary Childley is the listed owner.
I would also make a motion for the code enforcement officer to schedule with the superintendent of public works for the cleanup of 400 Montgomery Street.
Second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 And the last one is 312 Montgomery Street. And again, this is one that we've had multiple complaints on. Both myself and the building commissioner have received many, well, combined probably 5 or 6 telephone calls or personal visits from at least 2 separate neighbors requesting this be cleaned up. The house also is empty. My understanding that it will soon be going into foreclosure. The gentleman that is a listed owner is a former firefighter for the city of Logansport who moved to Florida recently, and I have not been able to get any response from him anytime I've sent him a letter.
I would make a motion again to schedule the cleanup of 312 Montgomery Street.
Second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And that's all I've got.
I'd make a motion we accept the balance of your report.
Second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you.
Superintendent of Public Works.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hopefully you have my reports for the Mount Hope Cemetery and also the Logansport Street Department in front of you. We've been very busy. We spent New Year's Eve salting and sanding 100 miles of roads. We started at 11:10 and got done back in the shop at 3 o'clock. And had no reports of any signs down or accidents, so it was a good idea to do this.
And do you know off the top of your head what your total internments were for 2012?
180. And we'll do a year-end report on all of that and get it to you also.
Good. I would make a motion for the acceptance of the report from the superintendent of public works.
Second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have anything, Mike? Board member comments?
None.
Visitor comments?
I'd make a motion for adjournment.
Second, all in favor signify by saying aye.